Man, the Los Angeles Lakers right now are a team that is definitely struggling, if I can say the least. And really, of course, we know how good these guys can be, especially when LeBron's healthy and Anthony Davis is healthy. I mean, that's the reason why they didn't make it far last year to begin with. And then coming into this year now with a totally different team, trading away some of your key guys like Kyle Kuzma, who's definitely going to be missed on that team right now, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was another really good contributor for that team, and Montrezl Harrell. All these guys, including some of their draft picks as well, is gone now for this Lakers team, and they built this team on the obviously agenda of winning now. That's the reason why they got Russell Westbrook on the team to begin with. And well, in the words of Shannon Sharp especially, the Lakers can't really win with Russ being Russ. As funny as that may sound, but it's actually, I think it's true. As we've seen right now, I think Russell Westbrook, he's averaging around like 6 turnovers a game. He's shooting around 17% from the 3-point line. He's shooting 47% as well from the free throw line. Of course, we all know about him getting a quadruple double in turnovers. And Russell Westbrook, I mean, you look at his numbers, I think he's averaging as well around 18 points per game this season, which isn't obviously as high as you would imagine. But I mean, he did take a big cut, obviously, going to this Lakers team, knowing what he had to do. And, the Lakers, they thought that really they were getting something good with Russell Westbrook. And on paper, well, not even on paper, but it sounded decent at first. But many people already knew the cons of getting a guy like Russell Westbrook, and there's no hate on him at all. There's a chance that this team can figure it out. I mean, one thing you can know about Russell Westbrook, even last year when he was getting a lot of bash on the Washington Wizards, he helped the Wizards make it to the playoffs, and they went on a deep run at the end of the season to even get to that point. So I think, Russell Westbrook, he can figure it out at times, and he has at different times of his NBA career. But I mean, it's still a trend of him right now with these teams that he's gone to. He's gone to the Rockets. That's filled. He was obviously on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They couldn't really do anything with him then. And of course, he was on the Wizards last season, of course, as well. And I mean, none of these situations has really worked out for him. He's had many great teams come along the way, but they can never really figure it out. And now having him on this Lakers team, he's, like I said, taking a big step down of his role. And, he's expected to at least, be a key contributor for this team, especially when, games LeBron's not there and they're resting, and somebody who they can just count on as well to get a bucket. But it's really just not working out, I believe. And I don't, on paper, I really didn't like this team to begin with. They were an interesting team, but I like the previous Lakers teams, of course, what they had. I just think that when they got Russell Westbrook, of course, that took up so much money in their cap space anyway. So they had to go out and really sign guys on veteran deals, guys not really for good deals as well. And they got some decent players on their team coming off the bench. But when I look at this Lakers team, they're not really, right now, in my opinion, the favorites to come out the West. I believe that this year the Warriors might possibly be the favorite team to come out of the Western Conference, especially if they continue to play the way that they are playing. But for Russell Westbrook right now, it's just really, it's a big struggle for him to really fit still on this Lakers team. I think, LeBron James, as great of a player as he is, he's played with many great guys over his NBA career. I mean, he's played with Dwayne Wade, who was a very good fit around him and who helped him win an NBA championship. And obviously, him going to Cleveland as well. And of course, the duo of him and Anthony Davis won it their first year together. Now adding, Russell Westbrook, especially having these big three teams, something that LeBron has had throughout the entire decade of his NBA career after he left the Cavaliers his first round. He's been on these big three teams, and they've all struggled. Give them credit in this area. They've all struggled in the beginning phases of them, having this team. And this happened in his first year when he was on the Miami Heat, his first year when he was in the Cleveland Cavaliers. All of these things happen throughout LeBron's career with him and these teams trying to mesh together. This isn't something new for LeBron James, really, being in this situation. So that's why I felt like he felt in the way that, he can help this situation with Russell Westbrook. And I hope that they can figure it out because, Russell Westbrook is one of the most polarizing basketball players ever. I really do believe that. And many people are going to probably say things about that in the comment section, but I believed it to be true. And well, for Russell Westbrook, he does have a lot to prove and a lot to prove to people, especially the people who have been talking about him a lot recently, and including myself right now, because his numbers, they don't look obviously that good on paper right now. And this team, the Lakers, are not really playing well right now. And, if things don't change really soon, don't be surprised if we see trades come in the near future for Russell Westbrook or anybody, to say the least, on this Lakers team, because, they are a team that, they still on paper, they're not really a bad team. They are still a great offensive team, and their defense is pretty decent. Now, I believe they're ranked 8th as well in three-point shooting. So on paper, look at the stats, this team isn't bad, but when I look at the key area that needs improvement right now, it is Russell Westbrook. But, there's really not a lot of things that I can really say right now, because really, there's only been, they've only played 5 games in their NBA season right now, and there's still so many more games to go through and really see and analyze all the issues that can come with this Lakers team. But until then, until we actually see if this team can be legit or not, we just got to continue to watch them play more games and see what happens. But that's really all I can say right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.